everyone. Thanks for joining us here on GoLocal Live at the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm Molly O'Brien, and I'm pleased to welcome Officer Gregg Bruno here. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm so good. Thank you for joining me. Officer Bruno is with the Cranston Police Department. He's been an officer there for just over 21 years, and he's been with the Canine unit for just about 12. Is that right?
That's correct.
So we are missing fellow Officer Zeus, who is not here today, but we have pictures of him.
Yes.
So before we get started, can you just please explain why Zeus is not here today in studio?
Zeus is not in the studio today. He's a very energetic police dog who needs to stay busy all the time. He's like a very, very active child who needs to stay occupied all the time. So him coming in and into a calm, secluded environment like we're in right now would be a difficult task.
So yeah, he's a working dog. So you and I have been talking, and we both decided that this environment would not be good for a working police dog because he would need something to do. He's not really a sit and chill dog. Right?
That's correct.
Okay.
He needs to stay very, very active.
Okay, great. So we're just going to show pictures and have an interview, and then of course Cranston Police Department has a ton of pictures of you guys, right?
Yes.
And we'll post some pictures too, so you can get your Zeus fill there. So thank you for coming in today. I'm really excited to chat with you. You are a very active member of the Cranston Police Department as well as Zeus, and you also fundraise for this program. It's a nonprofit. It's actually based out of Massachusetts. It's a nationwide program called Vested Interest in Canines. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, let's talk about what you do within the department as well as your work with Zeus. Today, December 11th, is actually the kind of like second anniversary of Zeus's official time with the department. Talk to me a little bit about what it's like being part of a canine team.
It's grueling. It's a lot. Excuse me. It's a lot of work. It's very time consuming. It takes a lot of integrity. It takes a lot of time away from your family. A little bit more time away from your family than the normal jobs of a police officer. It's these dogs. They command your attention. You have to give them attention. You have to exercise them mentally and physically. So it's a very rewarding position, but it's very demanding at the same time.
I can imagine. And you do a ton of work not only in the department, but really with the community. Talk to me a little bit about what it's been like to be a part of the department, but with the canine team, working with the community.
It's been great. I like to say, as well as my other two officers that are canine officers, I feel as though we have the best position in the police department. In the field of police work, I think it's every child's aspiration who's growing up to be a police officer. I think it's their aspiration to always be a canine officer. And I will say this: we do have the best job, I feel, in the police department. Working with the community has probably been the most rewarding part of my job. I've had many good actual finds, both with my first canine as well as my second, Zeus. But the PR aspect of it is really what's rewarding to us. We really see the return on our investment. When you see a child's face light up, or you see people, they're in awe when they see these police dogs work. Because it's not every day that you get to see a police dog work. Usually the people that see the police dogs work, they really don't want to see them work.
So talk to me just a little bit about what it's like to be part of the canine unit.
It's a very rewarding position to be part of the canine unit. It's also a very demanding position, time consuming, physically, mentally, emotionally. Being a canine handler does require a lot of attention. I've been a handler for 12 years now. Zeus is my second dog, and it's honestly one of the best positions in the Cranston Police Department.
And we were just chatting a moment ago about what it's like to do demonstrations, because most people don't often get a chance to see these working dogs in action, but through the Cranston Police Department, you're trying to educate people on what these dogs can do and what it's like for them. Talk to me a little bit about demonstrations and what it is these working dogs can do.
Sure, the demonstrations that we do, they're for many civic events in the city of Cranston. We do Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Citizens Police Academies, you name it. We have family safety days. Any event that wants to call us up, we'll be glad to attend. We've been incorporated as part of our DARE program within the Cranston school system. So it's kind of like a treat for the 5th graders when they successfully complete their DARE program. They get to meet the canines. I did that with my first dog, and we're carrying on that tradition now. The demonstrations that we do, our first year in service, we did approximately 23 or 24 demonstrations, and it helps educate the public on exactly the lifestyle of a working dog. It's very much different of the lifestyle that your dog at home would lead, and people need to understand that. They need to see that these dogs, although they're very strict working dogs, they have a great life. They really do. They're very well taken care of. They meet thousands upon thousands of people in the course of their career, and they're treated with the best of the best. They have the best care all around.
And they do get things done, which I think is awesome.
They do.
And not only are you out working within the community, but you're out there taking care of business, getting things done. What has it been like for you? Because this is your second dog. Zeus is your second dog. What has it been like for you to be out, not only working within the community, but out there helping the Cranston Police Department take care of business, work for justice? It's
been great. Again, it's a very, very demanding position. It's been good. I've always loved being a police officer. It's been a great 21-year ride for me, 12 of it being a canine officer. I said this earlier, I think it's as a child growing up, I think every child who has the aspiration of being a police officer, I think they want to become a canine officer as well. I mean, I've heard that for 12 years from little school-age children all the way up to teenagers. And I think it's just a great, great position. We truly do have the best position in the police department. It's been rewarding the entire 12 years, and to be out there working with these dogs on a day-to-day basis, it's fun, to be honest with you. I don't want to say too much fun, but it's fun. It's very rewarding. We go above and beyond with these dogs. But the best part of it all, even though we have a very, very successful canine program, first year in service, we had a great amount of seizures, but the PR aspect of it is really where we get our enjoyment and we really get our bang for our buck. The PR aspect of it, when you bring a smile to a child's face or even an adult's face when they see a police canine working for the first time, they're in awe. Everybody's in awe. They love it. They love to see the intelligence of the dogs. They love to see the personalities of these dogs, and how quickly these dogs can go from 0 to 10 and right back down to 0 again.
Which I think is so neat and so important that we highlight both sides of this. Not only are you out within the community helping raise awareness about these dogs, but also highlight the fact that you are out there doing a job, which kind of brings me to another point of what brought me to your attention, or what you came to my attention, is that you're out there in the community raising money for this program called Vested Interest in Canines. You're selling calendars and you're raising money for this nonprofit organization. So you're in this calendar and you're out there doing a lot of work. So this nonprofit is actually based in Massachusetts, which is neat, and they help. Why don't you tell me about the organization, because you're heavily involved in this and it's something that's really dear to your heart.
Yes, it is. It's
find your picture.
It's great to attach yourself to something as positive and as beneficial as Vested Interest in Canines. August. It's great. It's a great nonprofit organization. The woman, Sandy Marsal, who started this foundation, going on 9 years now, passionate isn't even the word that she displays. The intensity, the passion that she has for her company is something I've never seen before. The woman is amazing with the fundraisers that she does, the intensity that she does it with, and how giving she is absolutely amazing in this day and age. It's a great nonprofit. In its existence, she has, since 2009, she has donated about 2,800 vests in all 50 states, from Alaska to Hawaii and everywhere in between. Vested Interest in Canine is known nationwide. These calendars right now are currently on sale in the North Pole, Alaska, which I find to be pretty cool. Currently, she's shipped out over 300,000 calendars already, and that's not including the online sales. They're a huge revenue maker to go right back into the foundation, and they provide vests for dogs all over the country.
So we're looking at raising money to protect working police dogs. So she raises money and then gets police vests for working police dogs to keep them protected, so they're bulletproof and stab proof, right?
Correct. Yep.
So that's the whole point of this. And look there's your boy.
Yep.
Right there, right in the middle of this calendar, which is neat. So Cranston Police Dog, and it's my understanding that Providence Police dogs have received vests from this organization.
Correct.
And other local police dogs have received vests as well.
That's correct. Sandy Marçal is very, very active in the law enforcement community. If she finds out that you get a dog and you don't contact her, she will contact you. She's very, very good at what she does. And what I really like most about the organization is that she doesn't just give you the vest and disappear. She wants to create a personal relationship with you, which I think is good because she loves these dogs just as much as we love these dogs. And once you do the work that we do with these dogs, the volume of work that we do, the public appearances that we do, you end up getting an entire community and an entire police department who absolutely love these dogs. Because these dogs, they will, at the end of the day, they will put their life on the line for you or any other police officer when they need them.
And so, kind of continue on that thought. Why is it important to protect these dogs? I mean, they are officers.
They are. Under Rhode Island general law, they are technically considered law enforcement officers. It's important to protect them because they're a huge investment. At the end of the day, we have a ton of money, time, and resources into these dogs to get the training, to get them up and running. It's a costly endeavor. It's certainly a time-consuming endeavor, and you have to protect your interests. You have to protect your investment. And sadly, in this day and age, people they'll hurt a police officer, they'll hurt or kill a police dog, just for simply doing his duties, his job.
So that's why, if you are interested, Officer Bruno here is out there raising money, selling calendars. So if you're interested, you can find him. You made a couple appearances over the weekend, right? You were out at.
I've made a few, yeah. I made a few. We did Barrington Books in Garden City, which was a huge turnout, great turnout. Thank you to everybody who bought calendars there. Our online sales have been great, from what I hear from Sandy. And we also did Shop with a Cop at Walmart, but we started something new this year. We actually are the only ones that did it in the state of Rhode Island. We did Shop with a Cop with a Canine.
That's cool.
It was eventful to have the dogs walking around Kmart, and we'll leave it at that. It was eventful. It was fun. The kids loved it, and that's what it's all about. To see the look on the children's faces when they saw us come in with police dogs, it's priceless.
I just think it's so neat, not only to have these working dogs be out there helping, do their job, but also help become such a viable asset and resource for the community. And we should protect them, right? We should be able to protect them. So if people are interested in buying a calendar, helping support vested interest in canines, should they contact you? Should they look at the website? What do you think the best way to do it is?
They actually, Vested Interest in Canine has a very, very active Facebook page.
They do.
Yep. It's enjoyable to look at some of the things on her page. You'll see police dogs in action. Vested Interest in Canine is constantly posting updates to fallen police dogs in the line of duty. Any new police department who gets a dog gets heavily advertised on Vested Interest in Canines. So like her Facebook page, go to her website, and the calendars, she accepts PayPal, and you can purchase whatever you want online.
Or we can donate right to you, right?
Or you can donate right to me.
So you can look up Cranston Police Department as well.
Right.
So Officer Bruno, thank you so much for joining us today. Will you give Zeus a treat for me?
I will.
For us here?
I will. Yes.
Okay.
I absolutely will.
So, well, thank you so much for joining us here. It's been fascinating to get an insight into these working dogs and making sure that we keep them protected as well, so they can get the job done and you can get your job done as well.
Thank you very much.
So thank you for joining us here. We're wrapping up here on GoLocal Live in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. Josh Fenton kicks off Business Monday here in just a moment. So make sure you stay with us. I'm Molly O'Brien signing off for today. Thank you so much. Be safe and stay healthy.